Tittle, Mr. Properties, loony from childhood. I did not know that wealthy man was your dad. I am barely educated, solitude is my abode. I am getting 44, never heard mum and dad said good morning to each other. I and my kid bro was banned from meeting mum till we turned 22, mum and auntie who elected to become surrogate moms became instance predators. We were stolen to dad's village, we weren't born into. Which turn out that dad built bridges for his community and built concentrated camps and torturing camps for us. That was my very opulent all-powerful and fascist dad, ever fear. Stepmom was twice the weakest stepmom who has ever walked the earth. Yet it wasn't even dreadful to have her. Dad's stepmoms will give us food heftily but she wouldn't. We were well cultivated by our grandma, who also absconded her own marriages decades long to seek the best future for her kids, dad being her main reason, to hate a mom and I end up hating mum and dad alike. Why shouldn't you top class? Grandma end up facing dad her only illustrious kid at the time to harness education for his juniors. A task he took out of boisterous pressure. For dad's juniors, if your brother's so-called ABCdarian support package never was a saddle prigoza and me. Dad had close to 3 dozers some 4.5 decades ago and the only good that came out of it is beating us with Caterpillar's fan belts. I can't even narrate a dose of it here. I started at age 13 to consider suicide but build a solid decision to compound humiliations no matter how large there are over suicide. Dad is dead 18 days ago, I don't ever feel a thing, I have pretended to do a loving child but it never happens. We are bound to face the predicament of his unproductive wealth squarely that toss on our lives even with a sledgehammer and a smile till the end of our lives. The houses, bridges, and companies dad couldn't use to others to build for his lineage others must us to build for their posterity with a smile. No debilitating help from your brothers can saunter us through the giant valleys of limbos even on Sikkim Pacific Zone of Fire our rudimentary rafts shall waffles and waddle with convincing ease. You touch a nerve you ignite the latest Tesla engine. Smart cookie you were born to be a juggernaut. Polymaths are nurturing our world latest innovative civilization, stay heads up to that my son and stop whinnying around the globe like an orphan parrot. The goat farm I started adjacent to my antagonistic big chap would have been my wealthiest regain if I had groomed it into 100k great empire. Whoever shoulder it up will beef up a quick paradise regain, the badass wines are gone bend your sleeves out, let's shovel the debris out of our land. Show your yard lad a cookie and he will work marvels for you. You will never use just a cookie to drag and lure me into servitude my badass boss. No matter how heavily bossy I become there will always be a classy subway for you even if you are a lot half-witted. Daddy you were foggy-minded. Uncle you were small-minded. Auntie you were murky-minded. In today's world blight-mindedness is a vast curse but very avoidable. This is smart cookie talking. You pet name me Yellow Cake, I won't ever bother. It won't even take me sufficient interest to build boisterous nukes and dreadnoughts to secure our only world or sluggish civilization. Survival on the planet is a lot easier for A1 mindset folks, you are the scintillating truckers of the world's most innovative civilization. Universal progress is at your discretion, no one scorn it. Dad level ended with giant dozers, should I have had a head start in life, freightliners Airbuses and even shoot my own rockets into space like fleas. I am on my way to my grave enjoying my great rot with a smile, so too do you one day. You're there babbling and whinnying like an orphan parrot my grown-up son. Watch out, take scintillating steps, never mess up opportunities the way I drove them out of sight, especially great ones. My son if I had been nerdy-minded a bunch of opulent will have been streaming your path, never dread my son stay astute stay prosperous, lie still face eternity huggable. My son even on your bended and crawler knees you will still leave your mark on or above Kármán line then you will have beefy enough for your posterity years ahead of your time. I might have been overdreaming to overtop G-book of record as inebriated chap, it wasn't any of your business but stay teetotaler stay with marbling level-headedness but if you stay pig-headed you won't stay larger than life, just that I lie still but I owe you a pat on the back one day. Any remarkable undertakings aren't manned by cyclonic madness but by folks with giant oars of geeks. To stand on the forefront of universal achievers is always using eidetic memory as your stepping stones. The world is a baking field for folks with giant industrious marvels. Stay virtuous, stay intuitive, all traditional counsels are obsolete, we love innovative counsels. You got a mind that can work marvels for you, don't stay reluctant. If you got a mind which can do excellent for you, don't stay relinquish. Cultivating your mind like all of John Deere tractors on US fields to the world's most imperative undertaking. The world is so wealthy enough to build above a 100,000 score Air Force One for all her poorest. Barren billions to hell, barren billions to gravel. Barren discussion is the worst you can pass to your kids. Barren legacy to hell. Barren legacy to grave. Barren legacy isn't the best you can pass to your kids. Stagnant innovations to hell. Spearing me to hell, piecing me in this world. Jabbing my whole life in this earth. If I was born a genius, is it enough crime? Ruining me dreadfully on this earth. I feel bad I lie still without apologizing to my toddlers. Don't ruin me son. 6 will do that when you saunter to your grave one day. Please son, board your own kids and shower them with treats. Build vast intellectual prowess. You put our world at the forefront of extraordinary civilization. Folks that walks the earth without waddling eye to Wikipedia are bunches of laid-back men and women. That is. Dad treat me like a stepson. From childhood, he make life look like a multiplying uphill task. Dad laid hands off kids. Dad treat us like shallow kids, Dad resenting me like a son of a reptile. Dad laid hands off my progress. Why? I took to clubbing to compound my broken pieces. Now I am the king of clubbing, but now I am the king of uselessness and knight of worthlessness. When I got all babies rush to me arms, rush to me. Now my future is rightly ruin. I thought it would compound the situation and make me company's owner, invest in my brains, everybody jilt at me. Help me out, everybody mock at me. Sailing with me into the land of treasure, everyone jab at me. If you believe I am not pouching the truth, walk back to where I grew, ask that paths that holds the spores of my soul dearly. Why haven't you reign on your own? I was born to ruin. The bedbug mattress my harvested me out of homelessness, I still hold it dear, I won't retire it so soon. When I was a kid you surely promised me a world of progress. Now I'm a grown-up waddling to the drain pool because you laid off me and foggy my whole future with fumes freightliners. Your girlfriends, your drunkenness have gained space in your life more than your kids. Dad veer. Dad, you be promised me an excellent world by the time you had no kids. I came, obedience to you was my backbone, but yet am a fault nobody see it coming. Born with a golden spoon, grew up with a wooden spoon, my mind became waterlog in front of your eyes. If you got a worldly fortune without forbearance and providential pat on the back, when aren't around the things you were building will fall like a pack of cards, and so what, I will build the mansion you couldn't build. And so what, I will die an icon, you couldn't mold. And so what, I will die a legend you couldn't use strange kids support for rather than a regent you are carding. Our human predicaments are so unlimited, but they're always like stepping stones for the smarts and bravery folks. It was absolutely unacceptable that as a fully grown-up man I shall saunter to Dad funeral with begging bowls. As a fully grown-up folk you must break the begging bowls test. When kids support fund hangs on the balance, the future of humanity is on the rot. Sabotage my name as wizardry from childhood to adult time, whereas I was born a juggernaut, I will walk the world as a classy disruptor. Dad resent me like a thief, whereas even pilfering isn't in my DNA. I got a dog audience when alcohol or one of Dad's whores is around. He treats me like a stepson. You scorn at my future like a reprobate. Please nurture be your to be syrupy achievers. Let your race reign. Dad, could you be my dad and cart my good going? You that vermin, stop making my dad to repudiate me. You that alien, relent from making my father to forsake me. You that alchemist, stop making my dad to jab at me. You elbow my well-being on vast fields and jilt. When the mood sneak, loony murky clouds blight our retinas. Dad, you know you are aging, if you don't cart your kids subtenable peak they may all turn ageists. You are great when your motor is kids nurturing. I asked fees last night and are telling me the next morning you used it for love making and alcohol. Your bottle life will vegetate your mind dreadfully. You quite living by the bottle if you got love for your great-grandkids. Don't fall a prey to age without your kids securing life annuity. Dad, you got mechanical machineries dotted in your life like fleas but won't mentor your kids on how to become the world's greatest generation of machinists and mechanical engineers. Sad, oh so sad. Dad, you step on so many toes, how do I avoid it? By using so many toes like stepping stones, my varnishing and gallivanting son.